What is up, YouTube? THATSA here, bringing you guys another episode of In It to Wingett. We are still using the Mega Blastoise team that I used last time. We're going to be using Blastoise, Illumise, Pelipper, and we're going to be using Naganadel this time over... what were we using? We were using Tapu Fini in the last one. Tapu Fini probably would have been a good idea to bring versus the Amoonguss team, but I didn't really want to bring it for Snorlax. I felt Naganadel might have just a little bit more power, a little bit more oomph, and since it's like a Z move, Naganadel with the Dragonium Z, I didn't want to bring that and Fini, and I felt like I needed the Pelipper, so we're going to be going up against Chakotay. This is a relatively high-rated South Korean player, I think. It was very surprising that I hit them the time that I hit them, but their team's going to be Mimikyu, Amoonguss, Shuckle, and Snorlax, so pretty hard Trick Room. Expect some like guard splits, maybe some other really niche moves from the Shuckle. I keep on wanting to call it like Cloyster for some reason, but I guess they're both kind of similar. Like, they both get Shell Smash. They're both things in shells that do shell things. Anyways, we're still using Mega Blastoise. Remember, if you remember from the last episode, it's our Blastoise Illumise team. This thing hits like a truck. You have speed control with Illumise. You have the big damage from the water spouts from Blastoise. And it's a really cool team that I don't really think is that popular on ladder, but it's great in Best of One. I'll be leaving a link to it in the description below. And if you guys didn't see the last episode, do me a favor, go check out that last episode. Let me know what you guys think about that theme. So we're going to be hopping right into this one, and after this one, I want you guys to answer the question of the day. What do you guys think is better, Whimsicott or Illumise? Hopefully this game changes your mind, or persuades you one way or the other. Hopefully it's toward the Illumise. So we're going to be hopping right into this one. Here we go. Oh, that juicy in-game audio, I love it. So, here we go. Hopping into the game, going up against relatively hard Trick Room. This is one of the first few games that I actually played with this team, so I'm still learning kind of how to use it. It's been a while since I've actually played on the 3DS. I've been playing a bit of Showdown for a little while, so gotta like hop back on the horse and get right back into it. So we see Mimikyu Amoonguss. He has potential for like Rage Powder's Trick Room. He has potential for a bunch of stuff like that. So immediately we're gonna be popping that juicy Mega Stone, going Mega Blastoise, gaining Mega Launcher. I don't really use Mega, like, I don't really think there's any of my moves that I really use the Mega Launcher on. I think this one has Water Pulse, but it's not like I really need it. We pretty much just go Mega just because Mega Blastoise is way cooler, and he actually gets a significant boost to his special attack. So what we're doing here is we're just going to be popping a Rain Dance, we're going to go for a Water Spout. We're trying to do damage with the Amoonguss. I'm looking at this guy's board, and I'm like, well, I can hit the Amoonguss pretty hard, and I can break the Mimikyu disguise. He can go for, like, Spore, Trick Room. That's completely fine. And worst case scenario, I'm gonna like Encore him back into Trick Room if he spores my Blastoise. But he decided to spore my Illumise. Like, my main plan was to Encore's Mimikyu back into Trick Room if you wanted to stay in with it, because we're using priority like Prankster Illumise. So that didn't quite go the way I wanted it to. But I still don't really think that we're that far behind. Look at his board. He's, like, incredibly behind on offensive power. So he decides to switch into Shuckle, and I'm like, that still means you're incredibly far behind on offensive power. Like, if your board's like Mimikyu, Amoonguss, and Shuckle, how are you actually going to win the game? So we're going to protect for this first turn. I'm assuming he's going to be going for, like, a Spore or something on my Blastoise slot. We see he goes for the Spore. And remember, guys, we brought Naganadel over Fini, so it's not like we can switch in Fini or anything like that. So now he's switching in Amoonguss. We're going to see Snorlax switch in here, and I'm like, alright, that's the damage. That's the thing I have to check. Illumise wakes up, which is very good for me, and I popped an Encore on the Amoonguss slot. I wanted to lock it into Spore because I didn't want it doing anything else, because that's just how that goes. But he switched out, so it's fine. And he was for an Encore with Shuckle onto my Blastoise. So my Blastoise gets Encored by a Shuckle in Trick Room. Ain't that weird? So we're going to go with Protect here. And you're going to see me make a kind of weird play here. We're going to see Illumise Encore the Shuckle. It's not that I tried to Encore him into Encore, because I know that you cannot Encore into Encore, but I didn't know if he was going to use like some sort of weird priority move, like, not like Magicoat, but there's some weird stuff that Shuckle could have used, I'm sure. And like maybe like Ally Switch or something, like, you know, something like that. Like Encore something really weird, whatever. There was no other move for me to use other than Encore in that turn. So we're going to see Snorlax got Z-Guard splitted and then Belly Drummed. Like, how crazy is that? This guy is off to the races, but he's fighting against, like, Encore Illumise. Like, I'm just going to Encore him into Belly Drum. Like, for how set this guy is, he's about to be set into using Belly Drum for the next, like, million turns. So he's going to withdraw his Shuckle. Shuckle did everything it was supposed to do. He's switching back in the Amoonguss. Blastoise whiffs its Protect because remember Blastoise is Encored into Protect as well. And this is just a crazy Encore game. Everyone's Encored into a bunch of random moves. And Snorlax is locked into Belly Drum, Blastoise is locked into Protect. The rain has finally stopped, but Blastoise Encore has ended. The dimensions return back to normal. Blastoise is ready to deal that damage. Illumise, the support Pokemon that it is going to pop that Helping Hand. And we're going to pop the biggest Ice Beam up into that Amoonguss slot. Like, he probably thought he was going to get another Spore off, and I'm like, no, 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 not today, my guy. That huge Ice Beam, super effective, picking up the KO on the Amoonguss, and Snorlax is still locked in the Belly Drum. Like, he could send out the Shuckle, but at this point, it's... I don't think it's really that possible, my guy. So we're gonna pop a Rain Dance, support Illumise coming in hot again with another priority move, and it's gonna let us fire off a huge water boosted max HP Water Spout onto these guys. The Water Spout's gonna hit pretty hard. And we're actually going to one-hit KO the Shuckle. Like, it's using Contrary. It's not even using, what is it? It's not using Sturdy. It's not using Sturdy. I guess that's actually kind of cool. When he got the ×2 speed boost with the, Z move, he actually super lowered his speed because he's using Contrary, right? I didn't actually even think about that. So, Mimikyu comes back out, and I'm pretty sure he just scoops right here, because all we would have to do was just reapply the Encore on Snorlax, fire off another Water Spout, and we were going to get it. So, pretty good first game. Pretty good first game, I like to think. Yeah, now I'm going to ask you guys, question of the day, what Pokemon is better, Whimsicott or Illumise? Like, who do you like more? Obviously, Whimsicott gets a few more, like, offensive options, I think. Like, it gets, like, the beat-up thing, and it can fire off a pretty decent Moonblast or Energy Ball. I guess it also has, like, the Z Nature Power thing going on that it can do that, you know, a lot of people have used before. But Illumise, like, people don't expect the same level of, like, prankster usefulness out of Illumise as they do Whimsicott. Like, people expect the Encore from Whimsicott, but they wouldn't expect it from the Illumise. People expect the Tailwind from Whimsicott, they don't expect it at Illumise. Like, they don't expect the moves that Illumise has, they don't respect it. That's, like, the big thing. So, personally, like, not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna use Illumise for, like, a while, because I think it's a really cool Pokemon. And for people that don't know what's up, it's like a guaranteed free win. Like, it's guaranteed speed control, it's guaranteed weather control, big helping hand, like unseeable Encore for the time being. So, pretty good first game. We're going to hop into another one and hopefully keep the win streak alive. Alright, so we're going to be going up into game 2 here. We're going up against Oscar. His team is Landorus, Amoonguss, Gardevoir, and Incineroar. So this time I wised up. I'm like, man, that Amoonguss really gave it to me in that last one. Got some pretty clutch spores. I'm bringing the Feeny. Like, Naganadel would probably be pretty good against, like, Gardevoir and other things like that, but I'm just going to bring the Feeny. I'm just going to play it safe. Don't want to deal with that, you know, Amoonguss, and also Feeny's pretty good against Landorus, Incineroar, and even Gardevoir. Like, I'd say Feeny, like, Specs Feeny can probably trade 1-for-1 with Mega Gardevoir if that has to happen. So, we're going to start off Illumise Blastoise. I don't even remember if we used the other Pokemon because Illumise Blastoise is just so good. So, we're going into the game, hopping right into it. This is the Gen 1 music? Oh man, this is the good music. No wait, is this Gen 2 music? I don't remember what music is this. In chat, if you guys know what music this is, leave a comment below. What game is this from? I think this might be Gen 2. This might be the Johto music. I don't remember. But we see Landorus and Amoonguss. Once again, the Amoonguss trying to stop our plans here, but I think we're going to be okay. I'm trying to remember what actually happens in this game. So Eat Intimidate does not matter. I think what we're actually just going to do is switch out the Blastoise for Feeny. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're switching out Blastoise for Feeny, and we're just completely playing it safe. We're going to use we're going to use Tapu Fini as sort of a pseudo Blastoise. Like, Specs Feeny, it's probably about as strong as Mega Blastoise, like, maybe. I mean, it has Muddy Water, not as strong as Water Spout, but it also gets, like, Moonblast and a bunch of other useful moves. So, we're going to see him go for a U-turn, and we're going to see actually a really useful mechanic come in here. Eject button works really weird with like, U-turn and stuff like that. If you hit someone, right, and they have an eject button, and you U-turned, they don't switch out. You switch out. And that Landorus is stuck there, and he actually went for a Spore on my Feeny slot and totally whiffed it. So, right now, we're in a really good spot. That Landorus is trapped like a rat here against the almighty onslaught of Blastoise and Tapu Fini. So, we're looking pretty good. We're going to go for a huge Water Spout. I kind of wanted to go for some weird, like, Ice Beam play or something like that. But remember, my Tapu Fini can only lock itself into certain moves, and I didn't want to just hope that Tapu Fini hit the Landorus with Muddy Water. I didn't want to even risk that. So, I just went for the Muddy Water and the what is it, the water spout. I could have went for the ice beam on the Amoonguss and the muddy water, but I didn't want to risk that. So I went for the safe play, and I'm like, worst case scenario, Giga Drains, and here's going to be his Giga Drain. Note that we got one Axie Drop, that's pretty good, but look how much damage he did. Look how much damage he's doing to my Mega Blastoise. That's huge damage. That tells me this Amoonguss is heavily invested in special attacks. So he's going to bring the Incinerate here. He can go for Fake Outs. That's completely fine. I don't really think it's that big of a problem because we're going to be slamming these huge Muddy Waters into him the whole time. So he gets another useless Intimidate. That's his second one. That's technically his fourth. Like, he's hit Blastoise twice, and you know, anyways. So he goes for a Fake Out, and I'm going to hit another Muddy Water. I think I'm actually going to get more Axie Drops this turn, so let's see how many Axie Drops am I going to get. We're going to do big damage to Incineroar. Remember, Incineroars, most of the time they have a vest. I can't really tell if that's a vested one just yet, but we do get a pretty juicy accuracy drop. We get a double accuracy drop. Muddy Water's coming in hot, but unfortunately, he's still going to hit. And now he's hitting my Feeny. He probably thought my Blastoise was going to, like, protect or something like that, and he still wanted to restore some health. So, right here, I still think I'm in a pretty good spot. I still have speed control with Tailwind. Amoonguss is getting to be a bit of a pain, but I don't really want to deal with it anymore. So yeah, we are going to see him go for Protect. So that just means he's like a really bulky Incineroar. He's not really like an offensive one. More along the lines of like full HP, heavy and special, dude, probably a little bit of attack. So we're going to go for an Ice Beam. We almost pick up the KO, but Muddy Water has our back, and it's going to give us just what we need to KO that Amoonguss, and I think we're in a good spot. I still think I have one more turn of Tailwind. It's either I have one more turn of Tailwind or I'm just faster than his Mons. I don't really remember. So Amoonguss is going to go down. That's pretty good for me. Yeah, Tailwind is out. That's completely fine. He's going to send in Gardevoir. Our Pokemon are softened up, but I still think we're in a really good spot. So he's going to Trace our Misty Surge. That's not really going to do him that much. I do think Trace is the best ability on regular Gardevoir, because you can like Trace and Intimidate before you Mega Evolve it, or like Trace, you know, there's a bunch of things worth tracing before you Mega Evolve. Like, back in the day, you used to trace Parental Bond back before Parental Bond was nerfed, and you used to pop their Kangaskhan's in the mouth, like, just double Psychics. It was so good. So, we're protecting with our Blastoise here, just because I kind of want the Feeny off the board. If that is as weird as that sounds, I kind of want the Feeny off the board. And I thought his Gardevoir was going to be faster, because personally, I run guards with a good amount of speed, but it looks like we're just faster with everything than Feeny. So Feeny was faster than everything. We're going to eat a Hyper Voice on our Tapu Fini, but I actually don't even think that it KOs my Feeny. And so, first of all, since Feeny was faster than his guard, that tells me that my Blastoise is faster than his guard, because like Blastoise I'm pretty sure is faster than Feeny. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go for a huge Water Pulse. Remember, Water Pulse is one of the moves that's boosted by our Mega Launcher ability. It's going to let us hit pretty hard, and then Feeny's going to come in clutch and get another Muddy Water. I think it's like my 4th or 5th Muddy Water hit in a row. Like, could have swore this was Wise Glasses Feeny instead of Choice Specs, right? So we are going to pick up the KO. We didn't just roll that guy over with Water Spout. We actually got some, you know, different plays. We went for we went for Ice Beams, we went for Water Pulses. Feeny actually kind of put that game on its back and carried. But remember, all of that was possible because of Illumise and the priority Tailwind that it set up that our opponent really didn't see coming. And also note that that eject button on the Illumise made it so the Landorus was trapped and he couldn't U-turn into his Incineroar to like apply pressure and waste more turns of my Tailwind than he really wanted to. So that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Don't forget to answer the question of the day. And yeah, hopefully I'll be uploading 2 or 3 of these type of videos each week, bringing you guys even more capture card content. And I will be playing in the March International Challenge. I think that's what it's called. Is it the March International Challenge? I have a team I'm working on for that, so you guys can expect to see a ton of replays from that coming up over the next week or so. Other than that, guys, I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.